A father and his daughter. Judgment. A father and his daughter were playing in a park. His daughter spotted an apple seller. She asked her father to buy her few apples. Father didn't bring much money with him, but he had enough money to buy 2 apples. So he bought 2 apples and gave them to his daughter. His daughter was very happy to get the apples. Then the father asked her if she can share 1 apple with him. Upon hearing this, his daughter quickly took a bite from 1 apple, and before her father could speak, she also took a bite from the second apple. The father was surprised. He wondered what mistake he had made raising her daughter that she acted in such a greedy way. He was very sad. He thought that perhaps he is just thinking too much. His daughter is too young to understand about sharing and giving. And suddenly, his daughter, with an apple in her one hand, said, "Father, have this apple. This one is much juicier and sweeter." Her father was speechless. He felt bad about reacting to the judgment so quickly about a small child. But his smile came back now, knowing why his daughter quickly took a bite from each apple. Moral: don't judge anything too quickly or reach to a conclusion. Always spare time to understand things better.
The four students. Once there were four friends and they hated to study. One night before their exams, they partied a lot and hence they decided to lie to their professor of not giving the exam. The next day, the four students went to the professor and they started lying to the professor that the earlier night they had gone for a wedding. While returning back from the wedding, their car tire got punctured. They did not have an extra tire, so they could not replace the flat tire. They had to push the car all the way back home. So the four friends kept on lying to the professor. They told the professor that we were very tired, so we could not study. And hence they requested the professor, we won't be able to give the exam today. So can we give the exam tomorrow? The professor listened to them and agreed to their request. The four friends were very happy. They rushed home and started studying for their exams. The next day, the four students came to give their exams. The professor asked them to sit in separate classrooms and gave them their question paper. The question paper had only 2 questions. One, what is your name? Number 2, which tire of the car got punctured? Since the four students had lied, each one of them wrote a different answer, and thus the professor got their lie. The moral of the story is, lying is a bad habit, so you should never lie.
Sometimes just let it be. A Gautam Buddha story. Once, Gautam Buddha was traveling from one town to another town with a few of his followers. While they were traveling, they happened to pass a lake. They stopped there, and Buddha told one of his disciples, I am thirsty. Please get me some water from that lake. The disciple walked up to that lake. When he reached there, he noticed that some people were washing clothes in the water. And right at that moment, a bullock cart started crossing the lake. As a result, the water became very muddy. The disciple thought, how can I give this muddy water to Buddha to drink? So he came back and told Buddha, the water in there is very muddy. I don't think it is good for drinking. Buddha said, don't worry. Let us take a little rest near this tree. After about an hour, again Buddha asked the same disciple to go back to the lake and get him some water to drink. The disciple went back to the lake. This time he found that the lake had absolutely clear water in it. The mud had settled down and the water above it looked good. So he collected some water in a pot and brought it to Buddha. Buddha looked at the water and then he looked at the disciple and said, see, you let the water be and the mud settled down on its own. You got clear water. It did not require any effort. It is the same thing with our mind too. When it is disturbed, just let it be. Give it a little time. It will settle down on its own. You don't have to put in any effort to calm it down. We can judge and take best decisions of our life when we stay calm. Everyone looked at Buddha with respect. Today, they got one more very important life lesson. Moral: always stay calm and never take hasty decisions.